And the installation process starts. It's going to find all our goodies. That's fine. Yeah, I got all kinds of little warning messages from there. We don't need to test media. Okay. Now it jumps into a kind of a graphical. We'll say next. Of course, of course. And we just do basic storage devices. And it found our 20 gig. Good. And I'm going to put this, I'm going to call this CentOS-2 dot, and on my local. Now, of course, if you carry this VM to another machine, you'll have to change the host name for things to work correctly. But let's see if we can configure the network here first. Okay, it's finding Ethernet 0. Good. We can edit that. Just like any other server, you really should set a static address. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So yeah, give it a /16. Alrighty. And a couple of servers to look at. And we won't worry about search domains. IPv6 I'll leave. Right now we're worried about IPv4 on the local network. Alright, we'll apply that. Close that. Go next. And we'll pick wherever you are. Just get the time zone right. We'll say next. So repick your root password. Doesn't matter. And we'll go ahead and use all space. At least it gives you an option, unlike the Steambox, huh? Okay, never mind. That's an inside joke. Okay. Let it create the partition. Write the changes. And it'll just make everything the way it likes it. It'll make the swap partition and the user partition and the root partition and all that good stuff. Once it does that, it should start installing packages. Yeah, do a minimal desktop. Say next. And the install starts. You can see here, kind of a nifty little feature. If you look down up towards the bottom here, where I've got the cursor, you've always got, you can tell what's being read. You can see the DVD media or the virtual DVD. You'll see when it gets read. You can see when the hard disk is getting written to. You'll see when the network adapter's up. I kind of like that. I kind of like being in touch with what's going on, even if it is virtualized. Sometimes you don't know if something's going on because you'll just see a blank screen, and if you see some activity on those little icons, it's kind of neat. So, And we'll come back to this in a minute. This takes a little bit, so see you in a few. Okay, looks like we're done. Let's see what happens when we do the reboot. Loading up the very first time. Okay. Okay. Create a user. You've got this option as well. Use a network login if you want. Switch my home directory if you want to get into all that, but you don't need to. The time looks good to me. So let's look at that again. There we go. Yeah. It's good to have your time synced over the network. Alrighty. Time is very critical. You know that for any kind of service on any kind of operating system. Yeah, we'll let it do its crash dump. Say yes. Alrighty. Let it reboot to do that kernel dump thing in case something goes wrong. So we could tell them all about it so they can fix something that they probably already fixed in 6.5. Here we go. And you can see from our little monitor there, got hard drive, so it's loading. And we're at our first desktop. Log in. And this has got what I mean by a very Spartan desktop. Alright, so we're on our desktop. You can see that we have a network connection here, and we can actually go ahead and even get on the internet, but I want to check something here. Sometimes the settings don't hold that you actually set when you install the OS, so I'm going to go ahead and edit. Okay. Make sure which one. Showing a connection. Ethernet 1 is the active. Okay. So we'll go ahead and get rid of this so we don't confuse ourselves. And we'll set this to the state it should be. And again, I always recommend a static address. Do /16. And again, this is not Windows, so actually this is wrong. along as well. Alrighty. We'll put in our DNS servers. Alrighty. Won't bother with the search domain right now. We'll apply that. There you go. So we're hooked up. And watch your little icon on the bottom here. Watch the little network thing. I'm going to go ahead and open a web page. And you see there's activity there. It's a good thing. Now, here's why the big reason I wanted the desktop. Because it's going to make it a heck of a lot easier for us to do our zPanel install. Just do a little search up here. Download. And you see, we're just going to pretty much go to the zPanel install, and we're going to just do a cut and paste here. Okay, now we want to try to get zPanel installed since we've got CentOS up and running. First we want to do, let's get a terminal window open. And let's go in as a super user. You can't really install anything in Linux without being root, or at least ask for the root password. Now, here's the deal. zPanel has some doc files here, some how-tos in that. We don't have to worry about removing anything here. We don't have any. This is very basic. Usually this line works for most people.